So the materials for this DIY is going to be a pair of oversized jeans. Mine are from Old Navy that I stole from my dad, and basic sewing supplies and matching thread. So start off by getting rid of some extra length on the bottom of your pants. Just cut it off and fold it over to the other side to make sure they're even. This isn't going to be the final length, but it's a good estimate. Now you want to cut out the center seams. Get it as close to the edge as possible so that it's not too tight when you put it on. That's why it's important to use a pair of oversized jeans, otherwise this may not work. Now you're going to want to seam rip the back pockets just in case when you take it in, it doesn't get caught in there. Now cut up the back of the center seam in all the way to the top, but leave the band open because we're going to need to seam rip that later. So now this area, you're going to want to take off the back belt loop by seam ripping it. And then the area next to it, you're going to want to take it out. You're going to need probably about 1 inch to 2 inches around the top and bottom. So once you open it, you can just slip it out and cut the pant leg from the band that goes around your waist. And you're going to want to seam rip it wider. So now taking the pant legs, you want to flip it so then the two curved parts that are around the crotch, you want to line those up and add pins going down the edge. You're going to connect a straight line from bottom to top, and once you get up, you can just take in the waist. You're pretty much going to want to take the band and flip it inside out. Now by holding it, you'll be able to take it in however much you need. You're just going to want to sew along this line. With Wendy has an awesome tutorial about how to take in jeans. You can just follow her instructions. And this is what it'll look like. It'll be clean on both sides so you won't have anything jabbing into you. And now, using your coordinating thread, you're going to want to top stitch that. So now from the bottom of the zipper, you want to do the same thing and connect a straight line. When I did this, I had this weird little pucker, so I had to seam rip that. And so now you want to take an existing skirt, or you can just try it on and add some pins to see how much you need to take in your jeans. And the amount that you need to take in the waist, you're also going to want to seam rip and do the exact same thing. So flip it toward the wrong side of the fabric, and then now just take in the jeans using some pins. So now you can try it on and see if the leg area matches. I'm obviously going to be taking this a little bit shorter, so you can just go ahead and cut off the excess once you're sure. Don't cut it off until you try it on. Now you're going to do the same thing, flip it inside out and sew a straight line. You're going to need a few pins to do this since it likes to squirm. And as a side note, when you're doing the waist, you want to take it in quite a bit tighter than the legs, otherwise it will just pucker up again. So now you want to reattach the belt loops and top stitch using some matching thread. And on the belt loops, you're also going to reattach those. And also do the center back belt loop. So now you're going to want to create 2 seams on the back, or 1 like I did. Put your machine to the longest stitch length and sew over it a couple times to give it that, actual thick denim cord look. So now you want to reattach the pockets. Just sew over them. You can do 1 or 2 seams depending on if you can still see the existing seams. I added a few pins. Also, as a side note, I had to add these almost dart things. I did the same thing by seam ripping and folding it in because it was not really holding quite to my waist how I wanted it, so I just redid that. And now I went and distressed the hem. You also can hem it and make it look clean clean and crisp, but for me, I wanted the distressed look, so just pull it apart and run it through the wash to give it a softer and more worn apart look. So here is the final look. I'm really happy with it. I think it's super cute, and it's actually a really cute length. So I paired it with a mustard top that I made and a thick chunky belt along with a pair of black boots. Thank you guys so much for watching.